it's been a long while since I've been on here. Been a lot of things going on around the homestead and around the world. So, I told you guys, let's see, it's probably been a couple months ago, that we got some big news after Christmas. Well, it's well after Christmas. And if you guys been on my own personal channel, Phil Chamberlin Jr., on Facebook or YouTube, you already know. But I'm going to be a papaw, guys. That's right. My daughter Eva and her husband Blake are pregnant. So we'll find out in April what sex it is, and hopefully we can try to convince them to move back to Indiana. So we'll see how that goes. So we are up to 1.74 thousand followers, guys. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. My family appreciates you guys watching, tuning in. Now, we've only been doing this for maybe just a hair over a year, and we really appreciate your guys' support and comments. I had that procedure done. Those who know from a few months ago that I had to have a colonoscopy. Well, they was in there checking for cancer, and I do not have cancer. I do have to go back every 5 years because, of course, my family is high risk for cancer. And I'm that age anyway. I'm 40 years old, so it's just one of them things. All right. All right, so I got a list here. That's why I keep looking over this direction. So the reason we haven't made a whole lot of videos is I'm sure a lot of you as well. There's been a flu going around and a cold that we just can't get rid of. We went to the hospital a few times for different members of the family. And this last one, we had a type B flu. And my gosh, we could not get rid of that thing. Everybody was up chucking, high temperature, can't eat nothing. It's just horrible. And it's not just here on the farm either. It's our whole county and surrounding counties here in southern Indiana. We've just been getting sick. I've been seeing it. It always starts off too with the little kids. The little kids are getting sick first, and later on the adults get it, and they just keep passing it back and forth to each other. And I'm just curious, are you guys having any issues where you guys are living with sickness, whether it be cold or flu or whatever? Because this is one of the worst winters we've had with the sickness, and that's coming from a guy that's got an autoimmune disease, So I catch everything anyway. But man, this year has just been horrible with the cold and sickness. Now the weather outside has been awesome, but we'll get into that topic later. Like I said, I've got a lot of things to cover, a lot of world news stuff. It's just craziness out there. But that's why we started off with the big news, because have something a little joy. All right, there is a new variant of COVID. Some of you guys watch the news religiously, so there's a lot of this stuff you guys probably already know. But there's a lot of people who don't, and there's some people that don't want to know about this stuff. They just want to kind of bury their head in the sand. I don't think a lot of you guys are like this. I think you guys want to know the truth so you guys can make accurate decisions. I mean, that's the way I see it. So this new variant, now supposedly it's attacking specifically the heart this time. And it's actually stopping people's hearts. It's killing them. And I don't know all about it. I have to do some more research. Of course, I don't think we'll know anything for years on end anyway. But my biggest concern is are these the people who have already been injected beforehand that are dying, or have they been vaccinated at all? Or does it even matter? Or is both sides dying? So that I have no idea what that is. So that might be something for you guys to look up. Finding a reliable resource is going to be tough, but I'm sure they're out there. But again, this is a new thing, so it's going to take time to get the data and everything built up. So, okay, war news. Man, if you guys have not been hearing anything, which unfortunately the United States of America, the media, I mean, has been sucking pretty bad. And I've told you guys before where I'll get a lot of my news from. I get it from Israeli 7 News. Israel 7 News. That is a really good one, especially right now with the war in Israel and the Middle East, the Yemen, the Houthis, and all that stuff. If you guys want to keep an update on that, I really highly suggest Israel 7 News, because you're just not hearing everything, and the things you are hearing, you're hearing like a week later on the mainstream news here in America. They're not telling you like right up real quick, and if they do, it's so minute you ain't getting the whole picture. Wion, Wion. It's like I think it's like an Indian news source, but they cover about every single topic there is. Uh, they don't really typically take sides at all, uh, whether it be Russia or whether it be Israel or Ukraine or whatever. They seem very, very neutral, and they really investigate things very, very, very well. So that one would be another one. And of course, I'm a Christian. I do watch the CBN News. I don't really watch all the stuff on CBN and TBN and stuff like that. But their news is pretty accurate. I do recommend the CBN News, especially if you are a Christian, again, because you want to know what's going on, even biblically too. I do anyway. I know some of you guys are not Christians, and that's fine. I'm not judging, but I do base my decisions on the Bible, because I mean things are unfolding right now, and personally I don't believe in atheism. I don't think anybody truly believes there's no God. I mean, I just don't. I used to be a so-called atheist, and it just ain't so. Uh, so the Korean border, there was a conflict a couple days ago on the Korean border, and of course things are going to escalate. And of course, if North Korea is involved in the war, China's going to be involved in that war. I mean, that's all North Korea is. It's like little China. So we do have nuclear submarines around Korea, and it's just another front getting ready to light up, guys. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't think this is World War III, but guys, this is World War III. I mean, the only difference between this war and World War II and World War I, this is United States is starting off with as a proxy war. We're paying for other people to fight for us, for our benefit, for now. Now, how long is that going to last? I have no clue. Personally, I think the United States is going to be in war in the Middle East, boots on the ground. I mean, granted, there is boots on the ground now, but I'm talking about full scale war. I believe that's going to happen probably before the North Korea or Taiwan, even. I mean, I do believe we will be fighting China and North Korea, but things are escalating in the Middle East. If you guys don't know, the Houthis, yeah, I know it sounds like a stupid name, but the Houthis in Yemen, if you look on the map, there's that Red Sea, and there's another sea on the other side of it, okay? Then you got Saudi Arabia, then you got Israel and all that. So there's like this little passageway where all our sea vessels go from many, many nations. This is like one of the biggest shipping places in the world. So this is going to affect you guys and farming as well. I mean, some of your tools, oil, gasoline and stuff, that is going to affect it big time. You're not seeing it right now. Of course, this is election year, so Biden's going to do everything he can to try to keep everything down. which it don't matter what president is. Any president would do this right now in election year, whether Republican or Democrat. But whenever that war does fully break out, I really see oil, gas, prices on everything, because, I mean, you got to ship it, right? Not to mention all the resources we're getting out of that region is being stopped because the Houthis are bombing and taking over ships. Okay? They're taking over cargo, they're taking the crew, and I mean, it's got to stop eventually. So we are, no doubt, we are going to get involved in that. We have been shooting missiles down and everything, and we have retaliated. We did destroy three of their ships or boats here recently. So I mean, we have gotten involved some, but it has not been a full invasion yet. So keep an eye on that. Israel, they've taken, I don't know, probably close to half of the region now, getting rid of Hamas. And it's sad to see that so many people are for these terrorists, and that's what they are. They are terrorists. They chant death to America, death to Israel. And unfortunately, we have a lot of these people marching in our streets here in the United States, and it to me, it's disgusting. I mean, granted, people can only go by with the things that they've been taught. So I do know some of that is not their fault. They've been taught wrong, and it's really, really sad. But Israel has killed two of the main Hamas leaders. One a few days ago in Beirut, if you haven't heard, which is in Lebanon, and they have gotten the Hezbollah away from the Israeli border. They're starting to flee back to Lebanon. So that, again, if you guys watch the news on the war and stuff, you guys probably already know this stuff. And there was an attack on a huge leader that the United States killed, Trump killed. They're having like a ceremony because it's been like 4 years. And there was an attack. Don't know if he was not United States. Don't know if it was Israel. Don't know if it was one of them other Muslim, because the Muslims don't even get along with each other most of the times. They will unite for a big goal like destroy Israel, destroy America, but there's different sects and they fight each other. But anyway, there was at least 103 people killed in Iran, and that's going to be the big target in the Middle East because they're the ones that's funding all this stuff. All these terrorist organizations are taking orders from Iran. So I do see a big escalation with that. Of course, they're trying to build that huge nuclear bomb, which they've admitted that that's what they're doing with that. They're enriching the uranium. So, no doubt, if the United States don't get involved, Israel's going to get involved, and them some tough guys. And let me tell you what, yeah, they may have this buried down deep in bunkers, but that ain't going to matter, guys. That we have people on the ground. Israel has people on the ground undercover right now, and in some of the major spots in Iran and around the world. So if you think that just because they're under the ground, we don't have to hit them with a plane. We don't have to hit them with a nuke. We got people in there that could set a charge and just blow that to kingdom come. Now, it will be harder in Iran because they have nuclear bases underground, not in one spot. They're scattered throughout. So, unlike Iraq and some of these other places in the past, it's not just going to be boom and it's done. It's going to take time. Of course, Ukraine and Russia, my gosh, that whole region, every single day, tensions are getting ramped up constantly. So you've got like Finland, you got the border shut down there, as well as many of them other countries through there now. Things are really heating up, guys. Their soldiers are being called up for active duty. I do believe there will be a draft here in the United States whenever we do get involved. We've sent out hundreds and hundreds of different recruiters, and we're not getting what we need. So, of course, if we can't get the manpower we need, they're going to force. So, and if you guys don't know how they do that, what they'll probably do is they'll have like odds and even. They'll say everybody that's in an odd number or something on your Social Security, you guys are all going to war. And then later on, if they need it again, they'll do the other side. And that's just how America's done it in the past. So I imagine that's how they're going to do it in the future. So, all right. So the weather. So I have seen on some other YouTube channels talking about the weather, talking about the whole climate change and everything. Guys, I have no doubt. I mean, it's obvious. Things are not the same as what they was 20 years ago. But as far as human beings doing this, I don't believe it's that. All right, so for one, this whole climate change they've been talking about, go look at their datas. Go look at whenever they're talking in council in the United States, because it's not like a judge and jury. I forget what the heck it's called. It's like Congress gathers or something. They ask questions and stuff. But pretty much they don't have any real data to prove any of this whatsoever. And some common sense stuff. Kids, please stop. And sorry about that. And some common sense things to think about, which a lot of people don't. They just take the news as has to be truth. So if the world was going to end because of global warming, why are we starting all these wars? Literally all across the world. We got oil tankers getting sunk in Ukraine and Middle East. There's burning, there's bombs, all that stuff going up in the atmosphere. Just total destruction. How is that helping the climate? If we was truly going to be doomed by climate, don't you think that they would make that a number one priority? And I don't care if it's China, Russia, or whoever. I mean, every nation's going to make it where they can't do that, right? So that's one of the reasons I call BS on this. And two, as far as all the carbon and everything, look at all the volcanoes that's been going off. Just one volcano, I mean, how much is that putting out? The carbon emissions or whatever. I mean, it'd take 100 years to probably even get an hour worth of that volcano for far as mankind putting that kind of stuff out. What a volcano could do like in an hour. And not only that, a lot of people don't consider the in outer space, right? We got this gravitational pull every so many years. There's always been changes in the climate, guys. There always has been. It's not nothing new. And no, I do not believe in millions of years. I am one of them guys. I do not. I believe the world's or the universe is probably around 6,000 to 7,000 years. And I do believe there is scientific evidence to prove that. But opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got their own. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to go in big detail. I'm just doing some catch up today because it has been so long since I've done anything on here. So, yeah, there's a lot of turmoil going on in the world. There's a lot of unknown stuff, and that's what scares people the most. It's not so much the wars and stuff, it's the not knowing what's coming next. But if you're born again, you have a Savior, there's no need to be worried because you got paradise. You'll be with the Lord forever, and we'll be back here. And for those skeptics on the Bible, my gosh, if you guys don't believe in the Bible stories, I'm telling you guys are in it. You're in the last one right now. You truly, truly are. So just look at the evidence. There's been so many people that go back through the Bible to try to disprove the Bible. Go back and try to disprove them stories like these other people. And I promise you, you're going to find evidence of these stories. All right. So God bless. I hope everybody has a great week. we are going to try to do some more videos. We are feeling a lot better around here, so hopefully we'll get some more farm videos. If you guys haven't seen the last one, Jen just posted one. Mom did yesterday. Got it posted yesterday. It's on the grain elevators, and it's a pretty good video. So we, my brother that lives in Canada, him and his wife and a couple of his girls are down here right now. They're going to be going back up soon, but they're here for right now. And just again, go check out that video. Y'all have a good one. Bye.